Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and today I want to chat with you guys a little bit about something that has been a time-proven recipe for success for decade after decade after decade after decade, and has pretty much shown to be the same thing in study after study after study to produce the best muscle growth, the best gains, and that is this basic idea of heavy work followed by pump work, or some big exercises followed by some smaller exercises for pretty high reps. Okay, and when I say that this is proven, I mean this is the way all the greats trained in the 40s, 50s, 60s, before people had access to the large plethora, and I mean massive plethora of PEDs that they have today. Okay, again, this has been a recipe for success. And this is just some of my upper body stuff I'm doing here. Keep in mind, I'm an old man. I'm a strength athlete, not even a bodybuilder. Decently jacked, decently strong guy. I think I'm like 217 pounds or so in these clips. The day these were taken, 217, 218. I'm about to be 47 years old. I deadlift over 600 pounds. This is just some average workouts for me, just some quality sets. So what do you see me doing just in this video? 4 big movements and 4 smaller movements. Pretty straightforward, right? What is it? Flat bench, incline bench, pull-ups, rows. Okay, there we go. 4 good exercises. Then what do you see? Some arm work. I'm doing some curls and some tricep extensions, some laterals with really high rep laterals with some plates, and then pullovers. All right. This is very old school type training, and it works. This is the sort of stuff people did for generations successfully. This is what most of your champions did. People go back and today who don't even like the whole modern bodybuilding thing. It's like, go look at those golden era guys. What did they do? They got real strong on these basic movements. Squat, bench, deadlift, row. And they do pull-ups, dips, whatever. Bodyweight moves. They got real strong on all that stuff. And then they'd come in and do some smaller exercises and get a pump. Well, what have studies shown? Like, people will try to change this stuff up. But what do studies always show? When different exercise orders have been looked at. If we pre-exhaust, if we only do big movements, only do small movements. Perfect example, ones we've looked at on triceps. What did they find? Guys who did bench press and then did tricep extensions afterwards got the best tricep growth. Well, lo and behold, they got more tricep growth than people who just bench pressed. They got more tricep growth than people who just did extensions. And they got more growth, way more growth than the people who did extensions and then bench press after. I mean, training bigger to smaller. Getting strong on basic movements and then filling in the gaps with your other exercises. I mean, even powerlifting is done the same way. The best powerlifting champions, the absolute best of the best of the best, tend to do what? They do their big movements and they do some accessory work. This is time proven, no matter how you program it on a full body, upper, lower body part split, whatever you do, whether you're doing lower volumes, higher volumes, irrespective, this same formula has been a recipe for success over and over and over. And people say, well, you got to try. Yeah, people have tried to do new things, and guess what? This worked. It's always worked. It's always worked. But herein lay the problem. It's hard to market to this. People can't sell you new crazy stuff. I mean, the thing is, everyone would try to break away from this. What did I get famous on the tubes originally? What got me to my first 30, 40,000 followers 11 years ago? I was a guy saying, hey, we can do some barbell movements and then throw in some arms after. I put out a free program. Tens of thousands of people have run it. It got published. Funny enough, on that platform, no one else was doing that at the time, really. They weren't really promoting that. It was all either, let's just do barbell stuff, big movements, or let's just do tons of pump work. And I just kind of came and said, well, you can do this. It works. Because I already knew it was time proven. It's not like we all didn't know this. For some reason, people started breaking away from that. Then you find it in research, hey, let's throw muscle some pre-exhaustion. Or back to other guys, let's just skip curls completely. We only need, some big movements. And to be fair, if you were going to go in one direction, that would be the way to go. Like if you only had to pick, I would still say, all right, guys like Birkin were probably right. He was just like, let's just squat, bench, deadlift, do chin-ups and some overhead press and get really strong at them. If you were going to pick one of those directions, I'd go that way. But let's come over to the other point. You know what? I think you should probably do some small exercises too. And if we're going to do them, let's get a pump doing them. Full ranges of motion, get deep stretches, right? Get into those lengthened positions. It works. It works. Fill in the gaps a little bit. But it's strange, people have tried to deviate away from the most simple, effective philosophy that is time-proven, an anecdote for generations, and that studies have repeatedly found the same thing. Everyone should kind of be in agreement there. Look, all the old school traditional bro guys, this is what's always worked. And people can't pull that, you got to try it. No, other stuff was tried. This was always just a great recipe for success. And if dudes weren't blasting tons of gear, no one would even be bothering with other stuff because it wouldn't work as well. No one would be the best who was doing other stuff. I want to be clear. The only reason other stuff even gets in vogue of discussing some of the other nonsense is why? Lots of drugs. And then marketing, because people need to be able to sell other stuff. No, let's come over and sell some other stuff. Whatever, functional fitness, let's pre-exhaust, let's only worry about high volume pump work, Let's only worry about the big movements. The reality is, forever, this has been way before I was even born. I'm only 46, about to be 47. This was always a recipe for success, and it worked. It works consistently. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys next time.